Greetings everyone, it's The Edge here on Elevation TV with another challenge. Just like the challenge before this one, it's based on some discussions I've had with fellow YouTube Christians. And just like last time, the person I was debating regarding this subject is still a good friend of mine, and I mean him no ill will. In fact, he and I have discussed this to the point that I'm satisfied that he and I agree. But I felt like it was a sensitive enough topic to expand to the greater Christian community. And, atheists can ring in on this as well because it kind of has to do with them. I have seen on several occasions Christians engage and debate atheists. And usually it's in those times that a particular verse is used, not by atheists to discourage Christians, but by Christians to discourage Christians. And I'll admit there are times that this is used that I feel like the person that it's being used against had a good heart and it should not have been used in any way. And then there are times where this is used and I'm like, well, I kind of see the point. But I'm having a problem with it either way, and I'm hoping you guys that know more than me, that are further along in your walk and in your wisdom than I, can solve something for me. What is used is, let's just say, Christian X is debating atheist Z, and Christian A comes along, watches the video, and decides to keep his Christian brother accountable and let him know he's wasting his time debating this atheist. And he uses Matthew 7 verse 6, which says, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and then turn and tear you to pieces." I kind of have a problem with using this verse in that way, and I kind of don't. For one thing, your implication when you tell a fellow Christian not to debate an atheist based on this verse, your implication is you're calling that atheist a dog or a pig. In some Bible translations, it's swine. Now, don't get me wrong, I know what I am apart from God, and swine and dogs is a pretty good description of what I am without God. But an atheist that doesn't quite understand that would probably be pretty insulted to know that some of you are telling other Christians not to waste your time with them because they're pigs or dogs or swine or whatever. So I'm not sure that serves us well when we use that in this way. The other thing to consider, people, is at one point, unless you were born a Christian, and I don't know any of you that were, you were swine and a dog. And if people had not reached out to you at one point to give you the good news, you would still be in that state. And here's the big deal. I'm going to read another verse in Matthew, several verses in Matthew, same book, that seemingly doesn't contradict, because I'm not one of those that believes the Bible contradicts itself. But what it does is contradict those of you that are misusing this verse. I believe that you're misusing this verse in certain ways. Matthew 28:16 through 20, you may know this as the Great Commission. Starting in verse 16, "Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. Then Jesus came to them and said, 'All authority in heaven and earth has been given to me. Therefore,'" this is where it starts, "'go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age.'" if we're going to accuse Christians that debate atheists of throwing pearls to swine and giving to dogs what is sacred, where does the Great Commission come in? And probably you guys at some point are identifying that the particular atheist that is being debated will never change. First of all, I think that's pretty presumptuous. Even the most hardened person may have a chance if we keep working at it. But let's pretend you're right for a minute. Try and remember these videos are watched by hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. And if the only people that are being affected is those watching it, maybe it's still worth it. What do you guys think? This is a challenge video, so please respond in text form, and I'd love to see some video responses as well. For now, this is The Edge signing off.